happy new day. Don't mind me, I'm driving home, and yeah, that's it. So today was a pretty good day. I would say it's a little bit less productive than previous days have been, purely because of the fact that personal things came back in town. So like responsibilities, also relationships matter a lot, so you should probably focus on those. But today was otherwise a very, very good day. So I got up around 7:30, went to bed at 10 or 10:30 last night, read a bit, but got up this morning. And today consisted of, if you want a quick routine for what it looks like on your way to winning, I woke up early, went straight to my computer, and started working or studying or anything that might contribute to your success. So a lot of people say like work. I count reading kind of as a form of work. Now, if somebody says, what are you doing? I'm not going to say I'm working. I'm going to say I'm reading. But what I say, I woke up and worked today, it's like I did more things than just one thing. So I read a bit. Again, if you've watched previous videos, I'm doing a training right now, or a course. It's like 80 hours on consulting. I'm starting a business. It's called Value First Consulting. And I'm essentially doing high ticket consulting for people who are trying to grow a micro niche personal brand on YouTube for a coaching or consulting offer. And so by that, I'm assuming if I work as a consulting for consulting, it's like coaching coaches who coach coaches and coaching, like that whole line of people. The idea is essentially that I will learn more about my own business model if I'm selling to people who are my business model. And so it's essentially by doing work for these people and selling to them and understanding their businesses, I can take things and pick for my own business to do that. So I think that's a pretty good idea. And also, like, if we're in a world where attention is a currency, like, why not run a business about YouTube brands? Because that's really, like, if the business completely fails and I still did learn how to do like a YouTube brand, then I can just start a new business and I'll have traffic for it. And so like the biggest problem for business is getting customers. If I just solve that problem, then it doesn't matter what business I start. That's my logic with it, at least. And it seems really hopeful at first. And I'm assuming this is also the most motivated I'll be for it, but like, nah, I'll make it work. I know I will. As a kid, I was doing a little exercise the other day. It was kind of part of the training I'm going through right now, or the course, community, whatever you want to call it, class. And essentially just had you send a couple questions to the people that you love to get feedback on yourself that's not biased, because obviously you're going to be biased about what you're good at, what you're bad at, everything else. And both my parents said that one of my key things is that I get upset at or angry at is when I don't get what I want, which sounds like a horrible character trait, but I think if I channel it correctly into specifically business or entrepreneurship, that makes me very resilient and a dangerous competitor. Because if I don't stop until I get what I want, then if I put my mind to something, then I'll get it and I'll win. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And mark my words, I'm going to post one of these videos and the thumbnail is the number, like how much money I made, and it's going to stay at 0 for a very long time. Probably a few months, maybe more. And then suddenly it's going to pop, because it's a matter of time. It's exponential. Like if I'm at 0.00001 right now and you have to double that 1,000 times, and then it just skyrockets. I don't know if that makes any sense, but to some of you it will. But yeah, back to the actual day. I went to the gym, did back, but the rest of the day I spent watching video courses. I made a couple Pinterest boards for my brand that I'm starting. The colors are going to be like a golden yellow and a black. Whole idea behind that just being like, I want to embody a form of truth, honesty, and value. Like at the core of everything, I want to be simple and valuable and truthful. Like that's all I really want. I want people to not be manipulated. I want to just show people value and how things really, really are. And I want to be perceived as simple but high quality. So I think of this in like a yellow. I also love like sunsets are great. And so like the golden yellow color of sunsets is kind of the whole idea. But like at the core of it, I just want to do something good. Like everybody else is using manipulative tactics or trying to sell you something. And maybe on a different channel where I'm actually running a business, I will. But on this channel, this is like me. And I'm not going to try to sell you anything here because this is value. And I think it would be stupid to do that because then I lose 3/4 of my audience. And I think it's just stupid. And so, switch lanes. It's awkward. But yeah. And so that's like my rant over. I know there's no structure to this video. It's because I'm driving and I can't multitask for the life of me. But which I know also is not a good idea to be driving, but that's fine. Like, I'm not getting distracted. But yeah, so today was good. I did think about a couple things, and I learned a couple things in videos I watched, and one of them was about sacrifice and discipline. And so how bad you want something is really just characterized by what would you be willing to sacrifice to get there, and the more you're willing to sacrifice, the more you want something. And the guy that I was watching it said essentially all the things that he's willing to sacrifice anything except for relationships and health. And so then I kind of broke apart my life a little bit, and I realized that that's exactly what I've done. So I had a conversation with my girlfriend, and we talked about how boring I am as a person, but it's not as a person, it's my lifestyle. Like, I've sacrificed so much for what I want to achieve that to most people it seems boring, but it's what is necessary in order to be as successful as I want to be. So to walk you through my day, I do the same thing every day. I am either eating healthy or cooking something healthy. I'm working out, I'm at the gym. I'm reading or I'm working. That's it. I do 4 things. Actually, 5 things, sorry. Or like hang out with somebody that I love, whether it be my girlfriend, friends, parents, family, anything, right? So 5 things. I hang out with people that I love and spend time with them and build relationships. I eat healthy or cook. I work out, I work, and I read. That's all I do. You can limit my life to those 5 things 96% of the time. The other 4% is on holidays. Sure, I'll feast and I'll not work, and of course I'll do that. But like every day of my life, I'm doing at least one of those things. And most days, 90% of the days, I'm doing every single one of them. And to most people, that's boring. To me, it's the most exciting thing ever. And that's because I feel a sense of purpose behind it. And so the whole idea is, sure, it can sound boring, but it's subjective. Like, to me, I'm exhilarated because I know I'm going exactly where I want to go, and I feel good knowing that I am taking steps to get there and being disciplined, because I don't really want to do all those things. Like, I don't want to go consistently. God knows I don't want to read all the time. I don't really love reading. It makes me feel boring. But like the discipline and satisfaction I get from knowing that it's something that's hard to do and that I've successfully done it makes me feel fulfilled. And so that's kind of, I guess, the lesson for the day is, what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you scared of having a boring life? Because the more boring your life is to other people, the more successful you'll probably be. The most boring people you'll ever meet are the ones that don't work out, they don't eat healthy. The only thing they do is work, and the only thing they can talk about is work. But those are probably some of the most successful people. Like, you think about Elon, what do you think dude does? He works. That's all he does. Like, he doesn't do anything else except for work. But he's also the richest man in the world. And so I like to use if you ever heard of the hot crazy scale with like women, it's like the idea that the hotter she is, the crazier she is. And there's like a sweet spot where you want enough crazy, but enough hotness for them not to be like wild. And I know that may be out of pocket for some people, but other people will really understand that. And it's kind of like the boring, exciting scale. Like you need to be in that box of, okay, if you're super exciting, you're probably not going to be super successful. Now, obviously there's outliers. There's no absolutes here. Like, I could be exciting and like work hard and be successful. But what I'm saying is, other people's perceptions, typically the more successful somebody is, the more boring their life is, because maybe they're not going out and partying or doing all these instant gratification things. And so I think that that's kind of like a cool way to look at it. But yeah, takeaway for today is figure out what you're willing to sacrifice and go after it, because I would agree with the person who basically kind of made me knowing of this topic, and it's, I'm willing to sacrifice everything but my loved ones and my health. So I'm going to work out and I'm going to love the people that I love, because what does the money and the success matter if I have nobody to share it with? And so that's the takeaway for today. But action item for you is, if you are somebody watching this that wants to be better and to be successful, go in your notes app on your phone right now, because I know you're not going to go get a piece of notebook paper for me. And go in your notes app and write down all the things that you would be willing to give up, or better yet, invert that, all the things that you would not be willing to give up in order to achieve everything that you ever dreamed of. Because the more you're willing to give up, or the less things that there are that you're not willing to give up, the more time you have to spend on the things that you need to do in order to be successful. So that's the takeaway for today. And remember that you are your greatest investment. And in order to take care of the ones that you love and to do the things and help other people, you need to first help yourself first. And also, having discipline sucks. It doesn't get any easier. It's just when you have positive feedback from it and you actually see results, it seems a lot more reasonable to do. And so start doing stuff like now. Peace.